I've got a big smile on my face.
This video has some of the best wildlife sightings I have ever had. There was just so much to see.
As soon as we parked the car, a hyena came walking past. Magotho really is leopard country, without a doubt.
Khwai Magotho camp is located on the edge of the Okavango Delta in northern Botswana. It offers a true wilderness experience, and it's well known for its unfenced camping, incredible predator sightings, and rich bird life.
Hello guys, welcome back to another video. My dad and I are camping at Khwai in the Okavango Delta, and we've just arrived at the campsite. We'll be here for the next 5 nights, and we're very excited to be putting this video together. The first thing we noticed was this pearl-spotted owlet in the tree right next to where we've set up the tent. What a welcome. And we'll be checking out the riverfront and just scouring the area for as much wildlife as possible. I hope you guys enjoy the video.
After arriving in Khwai, we organized our things for the next 5 days that we'd be spending there. We noticed that the pearl-spotted owlet hadn't moved, and we were sure it must have been roosting right in front of its nesting cavity.
And since we've been here, we've also heard African barred owlet calling in the background. And we're camping next to an open plain, so I'm sure during the day, in the mornings and in the evenings, we'll see lots of wildlife moving across there. Very excited. What a beautiful spot.
We then decided to take a quick drive down to the river just to see what we'd be working with for the next few days. The ablution block was about 300 meters from our campsite, and during the day it was an easy walk, but once the sun goes down it's completely different. There are just too many things out there that you don't want to bump into in the dark.
So while the fire's been going, I've put up a few of these trail cameras around the campsite. This particular one facing down the road, hoping that it can catch something nocturnal coming past and coming to investigate the campsite. Definitely will let you know what the camera picks up, if anything. And I'm just going to keep them going during the day while we're out on game drives, because anything can come past here. And we just saw now that the pearl-spotted owlet is still in the exact same position as it was when we arrived here earlier today.
That night the trail cameras captured some activity around the campsite.
So it's our first morning here at Khwai, and we heard lions calling throughout the night. And those trail cameras that I put up also caught a few hyenas coming past the campsite, investigating what's going on here. And we're about to head out on a drive. It's a new area that neither my dad nor I have been to, so it's going to take a while to sort of understand what's going on in which location, but we're incredibly excited and we're looking forward to it.
The Okavango Delta is one of Africa's best birding destinations thanks to its incredible mix of permanent water, seasonal floodplains and dry woodland. Shaped by the seasons, these constantly changing environments attract a huge variety of species, from water birds to raptors and other colorful woodland species. And this was all filmed during the area's driest time of the year.
We've been driving for about 2 hours here along the Khwai River, and we've done a few road networks further inland, and what I can say is that it's really confusing. There are a lot of small roads leading to all sorts of different places, so unless you've got a GPS, it's going to be really tough to not get lost. And we've had a relatively quiet morning in terms of the mammals, but we've seen a lot of bird life, and we're busy watching this massive flock of red-billed quail, and they're busy doing their murmuration here over the river, and there must be hundreds of thousands of birds. We've never seen such a big flock of any species before.
We watched this brown snake eagle, which was unusually grounded. Hoping it might begin to hunt, we stayed with it for a while, but it never moved.
We're back at the campsite now, been here for about an hour, and we saw a nice spotted bush snake. We definitely wouldn't have seen it if it wasn't for the Burchell starlings alarm calling around him. And it's just gone 11:30 now, and it's really warm. Hardly any game moving around on the open plain next to the campsite. Unlike yesterday afternoon when we arrived, there were waterbuck and a small herd of impala in the distance. But we're probably going to chill around here, have a braai, early braai, and go again for an afternoon game drive at around 2:30, 3 o'clock.
During the heat of the day at camp, plenty of bird life came to visit us.
It's definitely one of the warmest days I've had when out camping. Over 40 degrees, no doubt. And here back in the campsite is the pearl-spotted owlet. He's in the shade with his wings open, trying to cool down. Thermoregulating is the word. And we've also been trying to do that for the last few hours. This time of year, the middle of spring, late September, early October, is the driest and the warmest that it gets here in Botswana.
In terms of predators, it had been a slow start, but soon it was time to head out on another game drive.
We've started our afternoon drive and we're heading south from Khwai campsites, and we've just stopped here next to this massive bull elephant who's feeding on grass in the river, and when he pulls it out, he rinses it off in the water before feeding on it, just to get the sand off. An iconic scene in the Okavango Delta.
As temperatures begin to drop in the afternoon, mammals start making their way to the water to have a drink and to cool down.
It's just gone 5:25. I've got a big smile on my face because we can't believe how lucky we just got. About 5 meters off the road, on a game path between two thickets, a young female leopard. Just so lucky, we can't believe it. We can't believe our luck.
It had been more than 24 hours since arriving at Khwai, and we finally had our first leopard. After hearing they'd been scarce, seeing this one felt like a huge relief. We got to sit with her for about 5 minutes as she gazed past the vehicle, scanning the riverbed beyond. Eventually she rose and slipped away into the thick vegetation. We took it slow for the rest of the afternoon, soaking up all that was to be seen along this vibrant waterfront.
Our first full day here at Khwai has just come to an end, and we couldn't have asked for a better afternoon drive. That leopard sighting was really just incredible and in a really magical place. Really special. And to share it with my dad, incredible stuff. That hyena, watching it drink from the water just shows you how scared the animals are of what's inside here. It's filled with hundreds of crocs and plenty of hippos. Behind me, 2 hippos in the water and a beautiful sunset. Guys, I hope you're enjoying the video so far. Having the best time putting it together.
And the game viewing wasn't done yet. We still got to see some very special bird species on our way back to the camp. This Verou's eagle owl was one of the 4 owl species we saw in Khwai, and the largest species in the area. We also got to see these southern ground hornbills, an uncommon sight on any southern African safari.
We just got here to the campsite now and we stopped at the showers on the way back. It was a long day, no bright tonight, early to bed, and we go again tomorrow morning.
During the night there was plenty of hyena activity. I thought it was interesting that they all approached the camp from the same direction. Most mornings we spent in Khwai gave us really good bird sightings, including species we've struggled to get such clear views of in the past.
We left the campsite at around 5:30 and we headed north through the dead tree forest and to the big dam. We also saw a nice big flock of Mayor's parrots, not a parrot that you see often in South Africa. We've only ever seen it here in Botswana. We're going to carry on heading north, check out the roads that we haven't got to do in the last few days and see how they go, exploring different areas and seeing new environments. We've just stopped here at this body of water to have a look at these hippos. There's a whole pod of them in front of us, about 15, and the water seems to be flowing relatively quickly for this area of Botswana. We also parked next to a massive flock of red-billed quail. You can hear them in the bush next to me. They're making a real noise. And like I said yesterday, it sounds like an aeroplane when they take off and do their murmuration.
It was really something special to see. It's hard to believe just how many birds there must have been in the flock to create that kind of movement in the air. Seeing these massive flocks was one of the highlights of our trip to Khwai.
It's just gone 10 o'clock now and it's really starting to heat up, and we were making our way back to Magotho campsite, and we've just had our second leopard sighting of the trip, but it moved off into some really dense vegetation, and it's about 2 or 3 meters in the shade under a bush, fast asleep. So we're planning on staying here for as long as we possibly can to see if it gets up and does anything exciting. We've got the breakfast out. We're planning to camp out here for a little bit, as long as it takes. We'll keep you guys updated.
After a short wait at the sighting, the beautiful leopard finally revealed itself. Khwai was living up to its reputation, and we had front row seats to one of the greatest shows on earth.
We really didn't expect the leopard to get up and start moving at 20 past 11. We were only there waiting with him for about an hour and a half. We expected it to be much longer, and he put on a show. That young male really performed for us. He moved across the road, under bushes, around the vehicle. He crossed the road about 3 or 4 times, and now we've lost him in some dense vegetation. We're just waiting here to see if he comes out the other side. But we don't think so. It's really warm at the moment. We think he'll settle down under some shade, and we've marked the point on the GPS. We'll definitely pass by here this afternoon, but we really had a good sighting of him.
And navigate around those trees.
When we arrived here at Khwai 2 days ago, we spoke to as many people as possible to try and find out what's been seen in the area, where we can find different animals. Obviously, because it's our first time here, we were trying to gather as much information as possible. And we didn't think we were going to end up seeing a leopard, and now we've seen 2 in 2 days. So yeah, we really can't believe it. Can't believe our luck. And yeah, we're just going to chill here in the campsite for the next few hours. It's an absolute stinker today, another hot one. And we'll probably have a braai, eat some lunch. A few red-billed woodhoopers just came past the campsite. They also relaxed in the shade. Same spot as the pearl-spotted owlet did yesterday.
After moving the footage to hard drives, having a braai, and filling the vehicle up with diesel, it was time for another game drive.
So we had a quiet afternoon drive, but we planned on looping around past the dead tree forest back to where we saw the leopard at midday, and we didn't think we'd end up finding him, but sort of in the same spot where we left him. He's lying out in the open. He's very chilled around the vehicle. Really special stuff.
From this wide angle shot, you can really see how well he blends into the environment. He's incredibly difficult to spot, but luckily we knew he was in the area. He then crossed the road in front of us and headed into dense vegetation. Luckily we knew exactly where he was going. What a privilege it was to witness this, and sharing the sighting with my dad made it even more memorable.
Morning guys, it's our third morning here at Khwai and it's just gone 5:30. We had an unbelievable afternoon yesterday, and when we got back to the campsites we went straight to the showers. It was dark when we arrived back, and as soon as we parked the car, a hyena came walking past. Luckily we saw it coming from quite a distance away, about 70 meters away, and it also walked straight past the trail camera. You can see us shining the lights on it as it approached the vehicle. It wasn't interested in us at all. It came walking straight past and headed on to other campsites, I'm sure where they were making dinner. Couldn't smell anything here, it wasn't interested. Today we're going to have a drive past where we saw the leopard yesterday, and then to another area and see what we can see there. Try find some lion and other predators. It's just gone 6:10 and we came back to where we saw the leopard yesterday evening, and he's still here in the tree. He must have slept in that position the whole night, and he doesn't look like he's going to move anytime soon. He's fast asleep and we're the only car here.
While we were parked watching the leopard, a young hyena casually walked past, almost like it was curious about what had caught our attention. It never once looked up at the leopard in the tree, so I'm not sure it knew it was up there, but that was enough to wake the leopard. It wasn't long before the leopard climbed down from the tree and moved off. We really had such good opportunities to see this individual. As we arrived at the river, we were just in time to see this hammerkop tenderizing its breakfast, a species of platana. If you're able to identify exactly which one, let me know in the comments. We watched an African marsh harrier hovering over the floodplain, and even witnessed the unusual sighting of a vervet monkey feeding on eggs from a nest. In my opinion, the nest belonged to a bird of prey, but I'm not completely certain.
So this morning, after we had caught up with the young male leopard that was in the same tree that we left him in yesterday evening, we headed to the other side of the Mbudi River, which was about a half an hour drive. Heard from a few people that lions had been seen there, and also around the Khwai airstrip, so we headed in that direction but didn't manage to see anything. And while we were there though, we noticed that game viewing seems to be much better here on the Khwai Magotho side at the moment. I know that the game does move around and different things are seen in different places all the time, but we did find this area to be more plentiful with game. And now we're back in the campsite. We arrived later than usual, back at around 12:30, and I did some laundry. I hung it up on the line and it only took about 45 minutes to dry. Now I'm trying to find the motivation to take it down.
Our afternoon drive began with yet another incredible leopard sighting, this time just a short distance from the camp. A large female lay draped across a branch in an acacia tree, completely at ease. While we were at the sighting, my dad and I came to the conclusion that this was the best view that the two of us had ever had of a leopard.
What a special ending to our fourth afternoon here at Khwai. That leopard was in the tree for about 2 hours before it came down and rested next to the vehicle in the long grass. And since we got back to the campsite, we've had a braai, and an African Scops owl came past, paid us a visit, and was calling above the camp for about half an hour before flying off. And yeah, now it's time for bed. The trail cameras are set up, and pretty sure the hyenas will come past later. They came past in the middle of the night last night and did some pretty bad damage to one of our floor mats. But see you guys in the morning. Morning guys, so it's just gone 25 past 6 and we went back to where we saw the leopard yesterday afternoon, and it looks like it made a kill during the night. There's a fresh impala hanging there in the tree, and we've been scanning the area and eventually found the same leopard about 200 meters away from where we left it yesterday afternoon in a tall leadwood tree. And the sun is rising at the moment and it doesn't look like it'll be going anywhere soon. But Magotho really is leopard country, without a doubt. This is our 6th sighting, and we've had 3 different individual leopards.
These cats clearly have incredible balance to be able to stand on a branch like this, at least 12 meters above the ground. They're also able to make themselves comfortable in just about any position they choose.
We decided to leave that leopard in the tree because we had seen it nicely this morning and yesterday afternoon. Just decided to move on and see what else we can find. It's our last morning drive here in this area, and while we were driving we passed these 2 Bradfield's hornbills that are calling in the tree next to the road. We were just saying how the last time we were in Botswana about 4 years ago, we spent so much time driving around Chobe National Park looking for these birds. And here they're just calling next to the car.
We spent the rest of the morning scanning the riverbed for as many other animal species that we could catch on camera. During the mornings before the heat of the day arrives, there was always something to see.
The wind came up early this morning, really early, at about 8 o'clock, and it's definitely been the windiest day of our trip to Botswana so far. And now 12 o'clock, and we've set up the awning in this spot here in the shade away from our campsite, because our campsite is really open, and with the wind blowing there's a lot of dust in the air, and this spot has much more shelter than our campsite. So we're just parking off here and sitting it out, waiting for things to cool down before we'll go on a game drive later. And we took a short drive to Khwai village earlier to get some supplies, some cool drink and some water for the next leg of our trip, where we'll be camping at Haht campsite in the Chobe National Park for 4 nights. So look out for that video on the channel, it'll be out in the next few weeks. And yeah, the road to Khwai, it's not a far distance, but the road is very bumpy, and yeah, things get shaken about. Really corrugated and sandy roads in this area of Botswana. And while we're sitting in the shade here not doing any game viewing, I wanted to show you guys my camera stand, the motion mount. This is my product that I sell and manufacture, and it fits on the door of the car just like this. It's a snug fit and it's really effective when filming or photographing anything from inside of the vehicle. You guys would have seen me use it in all of my videos, and I don't film or go anywhere without it. I've been using mine for almost 4 years now regularly, and if you're interested you can order yours today on my website richardvanhacht.com, where I also have other services and products.
You can also support the channel on Patreon. Thank you so much to those of you who do support the channel. It makes videos like this one possible.
Last afternoon drive here at Khwai. Bad way to think about it, but yeah, one more drive tomorrow morning and then we head out. Looking forward to this drive though. Things have cooled down nicely. We're gonna go check out where we saw the leopard this morning, take a slow drive down the river towards the dam, see what else we can find.
And like clockwork, as the temperatures dropped, the animals started heading to the water, and this was the biggest herd of impala that we had seen during the trip.
We just went past the same spot where we saw the leopard this morning and the impala carcass in the tree, and it's definitely fed on the impala again, but no sign of the leopard. We'll probably save half an hour for this spot. Later this afternoon at around 6 o'clock we'll come back. It's like everything comes alive after 4 o'clock in the afternoon when the temperature drops. All the animals that retreated into the shade during the heat of the day make their way down to the water to have a drink. But we're going to head back towards where we saw the leopard this morning. What a place. Khwai Magotho, very special time that we've had here. So when we got back to the campsite, there was a big bull elephant behind one of these bushes, and he definitely caught us both off guard. We weren't expecting it, and he was so quiet, just standing there, parked off to the side, not bothered by us at all. And that we did now was definitely our last drive in this area before we head on to Ihaha campsite tomorrow. But don't be fooled by what you saw in the video. We got very lucky with the leopard sightings. You can easily come here for 5 nights and see no predators. The only other predator we saw were hyenas, and apparently no lion have been seen here for the last few weeks. But I understand that's just how it goes in the bush, especially in areas like this where the game can just move freely between reserves. Guys, I want to just also say, I know there are a lot of people that watch the videos regularly, and it means so much. So thank you for that. And if you enjoyed the video, please like, subscribe, and let me know what you thought about it in the comments. See you guys in the next one.